You know, in Detroit, it was all city streets, so all we did was play street hockey all the time. You know, one of my brother's friend played at the University of Michigan, was a real good player there, and all we did was play street hockey all year long, and in the wintertime they would freeze an open lot on the end of the street, and we would just play hockey all day long. And then we just never didn't play hockey. In the summer, we played street hockey. You know, they had paved alleyways with cement buildings on one side and fences from backyards on the other side, so you could play street hockey all the time. That's what we did.
He is Gary Bishop, a Detroit native. Bishop came to Lowell Tech by way of Bill Ricca, a college student and a hockey player and a member of the class of 1971. Bishop graduated as the school's all-time leading scorer. He played for Richard Morrison, the program's first coach, and for the legendary coach Bill Riley as the program built a solid foundation. Bishop also served as an assistant coach under Riley as Lowell became a Division II national power and moved on to Division I.
That was interesting because Bill was very demanding. You know, he wanted you to do, you know, you talk about Bill Belichick. Well, Bill Riley was Bill Belichick before Bill Belichick was Bill Belichick. Do the right thing at all times, work hard every single day, and Bill instilled that in all of us right from the get-go. You know, and I was one of the hard cases because I was kind of an individual. I was a goal scorer and thought I was pretty special, and Bill quickly put me in my spot.
For the last quarter century, Gary Bishop has been the head coach at Bishop Guertin High School. He has 5 state championships on his resume and was inducted into the New Hampshire Legends of Hockey Hall of Fame in the winter of 2016.
I'm not as irrational as Bill was, but I have my moments. And a lot of that comes from Bill because, you know, Bill instilled that in. I still talk to Bill, you know, weekly now, and I still ask him questions about coaching and different things because he was the greatest motivator I've ever run into. Everything is about teaching, whether it be hockey or lessons in life. And that's what Bill did with all. He treated us all like we were children. You know, not kids, not like, this is do the right thing. You got to do the right thing at all times. And he instilled that in he instilled it everyone ever played for him. And, you know, he questioned kids' character. And if you had a flaw in your character, Bill had no problem telling you had a flaw in your character. There's more teaching because, you know, the kids all come with a certain level of skill, but every level you go, the game's a little different. In high school, it's a little more physical than it was at the Bantam level and the squirt level. And then you get into the college level, everybody can skate, everybody's bigger and stronger, and you have to teach the kid each way that, you know, in order to get to that next level, your skating's got to get better. You have to learn to play physical. You have to do all these little things. And that's the teaching we have to do because we're starting all over. Our game is closer to the college game than what the Bantams do. And that's what we really work on here, is developing the skills to enable them to go on to the next level, which nowadays is even harder because now you got to be 20 to play college hockey.
Bishop hadn't planned to be a coach. He'd studied marketing at Lowell Tech. He did earn a teaching degree at Lehigh and then moved into the classroom and moved into coaching.
Yeah, I think when I came back from Lehigh and started at the high school level, I was at Austin Prep, and at that point in time I said, hey, this is kind of what I want to do. I was teaching math in Bill Ricca and coaching hockey at Austin Prep, and I really got into it, and it was fun. And at that point in time, we had some great years there. A couple of years we lost in the finals in Boston Garden in Division II, so had some great years there. It was a lot of fun. And then Bill Riley called me one year and said, hey, you know, you want to come on up? And I said, you know, at that point I couldn't because it was in like October. I said, call me in April and you'll get a different answer. Next April he called, and next thing you know, I'm there. I love kids, and they keep you young. I mean, you know, every time I go in this room, I forget that I'm not 18. And it's enjoyable. It's a pleasure to help the kids and move them along and hopefully get a lot of them to the next level. As a coach, your job is to take what you've got as a player, make them better, make them a better person, and get them prepared to move on to the next level. And nowadays, sometimes I get a kid that gets prepared, and his junior year, he leaves. So you got to be careful how much you prepare them. but the whole job is, I'm trying to get my kids to become better hockey players and move on and be successful people in life. I allow kids to do creative things on their own. You know, we've got a structure that there are certain things that we're allowed to do in the defensive zone, certain things we're allowed to do but you get in the offensive zone, I'm going to let you, if you think you can do something, I wouldn't stop you. You know, be as creative as you want in the offensive zone. When I first came here from Lowell and started at Bishop Guertin, my goal was to win a state championship. And it took us 7, 8 years of building up the program. Finally, we won one in 2000. We won another one in 2001. Then we won one in 2007, 2008, and then again in 2015. And we lost in the finals last year. So, the goal has always been at this point now to, if not win the finals, at least get to the finals. You got to be there. And, those have been my goals. Right now I've got a goal. I'm trying to get to the 400th win in New Hampshire. And that's my goal right now.
How close are you?
377. So
You'll get there.
I'll get there, but I may have to stay another couple of years.
Gary Bishop has been a student, a hockey player, an assistant coach, a head coach, a math teacher, an assistant principal, a father, and a grandfather. And Gary Bishop says he finds great satisfaction in each and every one of those roles.
Just the fact that over the years I've been able to help so many kids, as not just as a coach but as a teacher. In the classroom I was able to help out. I taught math for 25 years. I was an assistant principal for 6 years. And being able to help kids and grow and move on, that's been my most satisfying thing.